What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but we are cooking up some brand new news stories here on a new set. We're gonna call it a set, even though it's just an overlay. But I digress. We're cooking up some new news stories for you on Community Kitchen, a brand new show in the Game Sandwich lineup of pretty esteemed shows, if I say so myself. And who better to join me on the first inaugural episode of Community Kitchen than Aden? Why don't you say what's up?
Ooh. Can we really call this a new thing? It once upon a time was Hot Topic, just to let you people know.
Hey, don't let them know that. This is just a reskin. We're going to charge them a premium and then
Okay.
go on and... Actually, this is fitting because this is technically Hot Topic 2. And we're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. Look at that segue. I tell you, it's a great time. It is
You're the
2025.
master.
Yeah, I try. It's almost like I do the YouTubes, every once in a while.
You're
But
just natural when it comes to segues.
that's it. I'm going to own a Segway one day, and it'll be all full circle. But today we are talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 because seemingly every week we're doing a video talking about another batch of leaks. This time around, we did a short talking about it. You wrote an article about these Joy-Cons that leaked, and there might be more to the story here. Now, I'm going to flash the pictures up over here, and I want to get your take on this first. What do you think about this leak of the Joy-Cons being released to the wild? And I kind of have something I want to get to later in the video, but as of right now, what do you think about the Joy-Cons?
I think they look nice. They aren't extremely big like I would like them to be. Because, come on. I have bigger hands than a 12-year-old. I need something big to hold here.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I'm excited for the cases that keep getting like announced, which play vital, just so you people know. Project Shadow looks pretty nice.
And he's not talking about Sonic, unfortunately.
You wish I was.
I
It's okay.
wish. I wish. I gotta push that propaganda. But there's a little more to the story here with these Joy-Cons. Mainly, someone seen, I think it was the VIN number or the ID number on the back of the Joy-Con. They plugged it into Nintendo's warranty system, and it came back as a legit thing. Which, if we talked about any and all Switch rumors, this is the one that's the most concrete of the bunch. I mean, am I too far off by saying that? Or do you think this is the case?
I don't think you're far off by saying that, but there was one that John covered it. It's a post by a user on Reddit called Next Handheld. Don't know if you saw that one, but he they posted a bunch of images on Twitter because I refuse to call it X.
Yeah.
And it was just here's the actual Switch, like holding it like this, and had the kickstand out, everything.
Hmm.
And it was legit. People put it in AI
Oh, yes.
detectors, but it came back as detecting AI. But then people went through it and actually actually went through and investigated the images, and it turned out that the arm and the Switch were legit, but the background was AI or something.
That's the thing. Like, the whole story there, I believe this. And for what it's worth, I wouldn't invest too much in it if every single rumor had something different. The through line here is these Joy-Cons attach magnetically to the console itself. It's a bigger 8.8-inch display. I think it's just 8 inches. It's one of the two. But with this and with everything following, John made it a point. We were talking about Nintendo's predictions for this year. This one is, I don't want to call someone stupid, but stupid. You can easily track this and find out where it came from, what assembly line, X, Y, and Z. Nintendo is going to find this person, and let's just say they got no lives left. Game over.
I mean, Nintendo's known to sue. Hey, it's their best tactic. So
It is. It is. Now, I found in my research for this here video, apparently there is speculation that there could be a feature that was kind of revealed here if you want to assume things, and it's on this side profile view of the Joy-Con where this optical sensor kind of came through. And apparently, people are saying the Switch 2 might have this feature where you can kind of take the Joy-Con off and use it as a mouse. What do you think about that feature?
I mean, I'm not against it. I am not. And you know what? Here, I have my Switch right in front of me. And the video actually shows it being held like this. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's actually kind of natural on the original Joy-Con. Like putting it down on a desk, you can actually see why people think that this could be a mouse.
Yeah.
And you know what? The optical sensor looks to be like it actually does look to be like a legit optical sensor from a mouse. And I could easily see the ZR buttons or L and ZL buttons being the left and right the left and right mouse buttons.
It's something, and I look at games like Metroid Prime 4 and I look at Call of Duty that is confirmed for this console. They're going to benefit heavily. First person shooters, RTS games, all benefit by using a mouse rather than a controller. At least you're more accurate. I don't know the
You have a
science
better
behind it.
thought than I do on that one.
Uh,
Because I was thinking Sims.
well, that too, top down
I was
stuff.
thinking I was thinking Sims and Mario Maker, where you just have to like select individual items.
I'm reading into the weeds here, but whenever we talk about the Switch 2 and gimmicks and all that stuff, I mean, if Nintendo had to pick a quirky gimmick, a mouse type feature for games like Metroid Prime 4, Black Ops 6, or let's just get wild and say another Splatoon, which will release on this console, why not? Like, this is perfect for them.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly it is like a good gimmicky thing. I mean, they've already done the gimmick of, hey, here, detachable controllers, whatever. They've already done that, so may as well upgrade them in some way.
Yeah, and I've seen mice, I'm going to use the plural there. I've seen mice with like different inputs like on the side here. I'm going to try to remove my mouse. Like on the side here where it's like, oh, there's buttons there. And like what you were saying, yeah, there you go. I have a wired one. I need to get a wireless mouse. But there's input buttons there. It's natural like what you said. But again, with this being said, I think Nintendo, if they had plans to reveal this in, say, February, we're recording this on January 7th, I think they should move up their plans to reveal the console.
You know what? You bring up a date. I'm going to just throw something out here for everybody since this is going to release after the 7th.
Yes.
Nintendo is supposedly going to announce it on the 8th.
Oh,
If they announce it tomorrow, the day after we record this,
hey,
then there you go. Every content creator who has said something about that date specifically is correct.
I mean,
I personally don't think it's correct, but we'll see.
well, to be fair, this video most likely will go up in the day, so take it with a grain of salt. But I do think Nintendo, to get ahead of these leaks, should definitely move up plans to reveal the console. Let's face it, by now, they have the trailer done. Or at least, it's there.
For sure. They definitely have the trailer done.
Right now,
They're
it's
just
more
waiting for the
production.
opportune moment.
Yeah, and it's like now, week after week, you're getting these leaks of your case, your Joy-Con, your actual device part of it. The dock was revealed, apparently. So it's like you're taking away each week. You're taking away from the mystique of the console and the overall hype. Because Nintendo Direct is going to go down. Everyone's going to watch it. They're going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. We're going to have a lot to talk about there. But it's like, this would have been better if, like, D-Brand didn't just say, here's the Switch 2. There you go. Like,
Or Play Vital.
yeah, or anybody, or this person that leaked this. It's like, by the week, you're just taking away from the moment you're searching for, holding off to reveal the console. It's like, that doesn't really service you in the long run.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't. Like, so I will point out, too, Next Handheld, the same person who released all those images of the actual console and everything, they said specifically that they keep hearing from, like, manufacturers and everything that the reveal is going to be in January. They didn't give a date. Just every content creator that I've seen that has like supposed insider information is saying January 8th. Now, next handheld though, that user, they specifically said January is when they're going to reveal, and then March or April is when they're going to start selling the console.
That's fine by
Now,
me.
another big thing that you have to ask here is that too short of a time frame?
No,
I mean, that is 3 months that we're talking here.
not one bit. This is the Switch 2. Much like GTA 6, whenever that drops, 2026, 2027. But, this is the Switch 2. Everyone's been waiting for it. Everyone's looking for the games, which, if we talk about that real quick, I am very surprised no details whatsoever outside of, like, some very far off dreams. No information about software. It's strictly the console itself.
I
But
mean, I've heard a rumor of a Super Smash Brothers game. I actually have.
well, that's to be expected. Mario Kart, I assume, 3D Mario. But as far as the console and that time frame, I don't think that's too far off. I think that's fine. Everyone's looking forward to it. Everyone knows it's coming out. Everyone kind of just wants the damn thing in their hands by now. And it's like, sure, like ramp up production, get those millions upon millions of units out there, and let's have a good time. Let's kick off the year right, get it out before GTA 6, enjoy your time, and let's move on.
See, I could see that release being good if they had announced the console like in November or December, but you're getting extremely close to this release date, and you have to admit, there's a lot of people who love Nintendo, but there's also a lot of people who don't pay attention to media or who
Mm,
don't strictly pay attention to, like parents, for instance, getting stuff for their kids.
yeah.
I saw it all the time when I worked retail. It was, oh, I'm coming in to get this console for little Jimmy because they've been asking for it for months now. Not, oh, I just heard about this like 2 days ago. I want to pre-order this, or something. So like really I don't know. I don't see it going over well. I don't see them selling as much as they want, but it could in turn help them because not as many purchase the console on day one, so they have time to keep with production for the demand.
Yeah, and that goes with saying I do think there's going to be a cadence with software for this. I think we get two major big games for the Switch 2 right off the bat, and then a couple months later you get the next two, and they keep drip feeding you stuff. That's not including what I assume to be on NSO at that time. And, that's January, February, March. I'm going to say April. Give it that 3-4 months. That's enough time to be like, all right, these are the games that are coming out. You do another direct or Pokemon Presents, and then you kind of say there's more information there. Then you can do something about NSO that says like, hey, GameCube ports are coming over on the next console. Oh, they're on NSO just on the Switch 2. That's enough time to be like, hey, I need to go out and pre-order a Switch 2. I need to know when it's coming out. I need to get all the accessories. A good handful, correct me if I'm wrong, did say March or April was the time this console's coming out, or when they
Yeah.
want to ship that stuff.
I mean, most people that I've heard ever talk about release date have specifically stated March or April.
There's
So,
it's
I mean,
overlapping. It's overlapping. It might
it
happen.
seems pretty like sure thing that we're gonna end up getting it on March or April. But like I said, I don't see it going over well with like getting a ton of sales on day one, but I think it would help them like like in the long term, really like to help stretch out the sales. That way
Yeah.
they can keep with production and not have to be like, oh, now it's sold out everywhere and
Hmm.
oh, we didn't make enough. Like the same story that every console maker says.
Well, that's the thing. I think we're in a different era. Obviously, whenever the PS5 and the Xbox Series X dropped, that was a whole different thing. I think Nintendo was wise here to kind of like hold off the year they did in 2024, where they could have dropped this theoretically. And, they have time to create more and more units, meet the demand. Me personally, I think this sells out. I think this sells like hotcakes. I think this is going to be the next big thing in gaming. And that's just because it's following the Switch, like one of the most popular video game consoles ever. There's that whole thing over the holiday break where it's like the PS4 or PS2, I think it was the PS2, sold the most units of any game console. Then Nintendo a few weeks later was like, no, it's the Switch. We sold this many. It's like, yeah, like they're battling it out, but this is the follow up to the Switch. This is gonna sell like crazy, and well, I hope I'm gonna be getting one day one. So I don't know. My luck,
I mean,
probably not.
I'm hoping for one day one, but I don't
We
have my connections to GameStop anymore, so I don't get
we
early pre-orders.
we also said we're holding off for a special edition console, which I want to, but at the same time, I need me the Switch 2
Yeah.
in my life right now.
You know what? In case the announcement is tomorrow, here's my great prediction that comes before the announcement. It's going to be okay. Here's the Nintendo Switch. They're also going to announce a like special edition console on day one as well.
I'd be getting that
Like
one.
how they had like the special you get the two red controllers
The
or whatever
Mario
with
one.
Mario Odyssey on day one edition last time. They're going to do the same thing. I feel like this one's going to be Pokemon. I
Ooh,
don't feel like this one's Mario.
sign me up.
I feel like it'll be Pokemon. And I think during the announcement they're going to announce what games are going to be on launch. And I think the games that are going to be on launch most likely will be Pokemon ZA, like they're going to do their own port for the Switch 2. And then I also think that they're going to say, "Hey, here's a Smash Brothers game, Mario Kart 9."
Damn. Heaters.
And I'm also going to just put my money on there being another 3D Mario game in general because, I mean, they
We're
can't help
overdue.
themselves.
We're
Yeah,
overdue. I mean,
they
Odyssey.
can't help themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll probably be Odyssey 2, if I had to guess, but I'm also feeling, just psychic feeling here, that maybe we get Super Mario Galaxy 3.
Ooh, that'd be a
know what?
welcome
There we go.
change. So, I don't know. Like, as far as tomorrow, the day this video goes up, I think it's almost too quiet for something to go down. I know that's like honestly the best moment to
Yeah.
strike, but at the same time, I feel like by now it's like 9:30 in the morning here. We would have heard like, "Hey, direct
Yeah.
tomorrow. This is the Switch 2 reveal." It would have
Yeah.
been out by now, or last night. They're very popular in doing like in the middle of the night, like, "Hey, here's
Yeah.
this." Although,
They're also not known for shadow dropping. So,
I'm kind of like looking at Twitter now. I mean, nothing has been said. So we're safe. I mean, I'm probably going to be editing this and they'll be like, oh no, Switch 2 direct tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle all this, especially after all the leaks. And how funny would it be if we got all these leaks and none of it's true? Like, what if it's like, no, this is not the Switch 2. This is the Switch 2.
yeah, it looks completely different.
It's pretty much just the GameCube, like something like that.
Turns out Nintendo was behind all the leaks to mislead everyone.
That that would be the Nintendo thing to do. Talk about Nintendo gonna Nintendo. That's it right there. But any closing thoughts on the Switch 2 or any more bold predictions? I think by the end of this month, January, we get the announcement for the Direct. Whether it happens in the same month, I don't know. But I think that happens, and then I'm gonna say April.
Now, I wanna say the direct is happening this month, just not tomorrow.
Not
Just
tomorrow.
obviously not the 8th. It's going to end up being this month, and we're gonna get game announcements obviously with the Switch. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I will say, you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb and just say like I think the mouse thing is gonna be accurate because I think that'll be a really fun gimmick. And I'm also just for the wild thing here, just going to say they're going to put the announcement and then the release date is going to be probably midsummer.
Okay.
I'm not saying April, like February, like well, March or April because that feels too soon, but midsummer feels right to me.
I could see it. I can see it for sure. As far as games, like that launch lineup, 3D Mario, and there's always like that weird gimmicky party game they're gonna release, so there's that. But a new Mario Kart 9 would be very nice somewhere around the holidays. I think that'd be great. That's my launch lineup. You know, Mario, party game, something small in the middle.
No, wait, one last one. What do you think of Zelda?
No, it's too
Do you
soon.
think we get a Zelda?
Too soon. You did Echoes of Wisdom back in
Yeah,
September.
but do you think? Okay, let me emphasize this. Do you think we get a good Zelda?
Well, I mean, for that we'd have to wait for Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD. So
Yeah.
I don't know there, but it's too soon. I do think we get a Tears of the Kingdom HD, whatever port thing, whatever you want to call
Okay.
it. So I think that happens. Like that can be day one. Any of that stuff, yeah. Almost lock that down as far as like Tears of the Kingdom, Scarlet and Violet, like those things, like get HD ports on the Switch too, which I'm happy about. I'm recently playing Breath of the Wild again, and then I'm gonna do Tears of the Kingdom. So
Okay.
hopefully by then I get the Switch too, and I can enjoy Tears of the Kingdom in all its glory. But yeah, like I think this is interesting. The Switch 2 is going to be the biggest story in 2025 because I don't think GTA 6 releases this year, but who knows? Crazier things have happened. But any closing remarks here?
Bombshell, GTA 6 on the Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
Talk about something that would melt the internet.
It would.
That would be it. But
But in no way, shape, or form will the Switch 2 be able to withstand GTA 6.
if they do an OLED kind of thing where they like ramp it up, who knows? Who knows?
No, no, never.
All right, you heard it here first. Never, but I'm saying there might be room. But as of right now, that about does it here for our first ever episode of Community Kitchen. We hope you guys enjoyed. Just remember, if you want to talk more about video games, join our Discord. Links to that is all in the video description down below. Subscribe to Game Sandwich if you're new and drop a like on this here video. But as of right now, I've been Kalo, joined by Aden, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.